Hi, my name is Mike Field, and I'm the police chief here in Bath. And I'd like to take just a couple minutes to talk about our Volunteers in Policing Service, otherwise known as our VIPS program. It came about back in 2002 during the presidential address, where the president wanted our country to become more involved in our communities. Out of that process came the VIPS program, and through the International Association of Chiefs of Police, each state had training programs for this. We sent a couple of our community members to this training, and they came back very excited and wanted us to start this program. In 2004, we decided to move forward and began interviewing people to become volunteers in policing service. One of our first one was Jack Hart Jr., who was a retired firefighter and past city councilor for the city of Bath. There was 3 goals that we wanted to come from VIPS: to maximize our resources by using their volunteer hours, to allow our officers to concentrate on other policing and enforcement issues, as well as having our volunteers supplement law enforcement activities. There is a process to become a volunteer in our police department. You do have to fill out an application. You must be 18 years of age or older and live in Bath and have no felony or serious criminal background. We review it, and after that process, you can become a volunteer for our police department. It's a great program for someone that might be retired or looking for a little bit extra volunteer work that they want to do for their community. They do a number of duties, and I'd like to just share a few of those with you. One is the Community Speed Watch, where they go into neighborhoods and actually run radar. If they find an offender, they'll send them a nice warning letter just to remind them of our traffic laws. They do House Watch, which is very popular, especially for folks that leave for the winter. And our volunteers check these houses a few times a week and make sure there are no problems or issues. They also do Island Watch in the summertime on our police boat, where they'll go to the islands that have cottages on them, make sure everything is okay, and they'll leave a note to tell the person when they come back to their island that everything has been checked and was okay at this particular time. And a number of other tasks. They do a lot of our traffic control during parades like Heritage Days and a number of our races, like Blarney Day race and stuff like that. They do crossing guard if our crossing guard is out. They help with some of our parking enforcement, security details, as well as they are the main group that organizes Safety Day, which is held in the first Saturday in June. They also are part of our sand bucket program through the Mary Bay Triad. They deliver sand to folks that might not be able to get out and help sand their walkways during our winter months. And they're a big part of our Dare Fair Citizen Involvement Day as well.
Explain to us what your responsibilities are as a volunteer for the police department.
Well, the volunteer is a variety of things. Today we're monitoring a 5K race, which is starting up the street and going to go by here up Front Street. 5K is a run, walk type of affair. It's a cruddy day. Hope there's no ice on the road. We basically control traffic. We have 5 people on duty today, or volunteers, and that's basically our responsibility today. We also involved in, we get a complaint, for example, from a neighborhood, cars speeding through their area, then we send somebody out on a radar detail. They will monitor the traffic, and anybody over 15 miles an hour receives a warning letter. And we also do vacant house watch. People go on holiday or away for the winter, that sort of thing. We monitor their houses a couple of times a week with a team of people, team of volunteers. And then we do a variety of other things in conjunction with the police department. We assist them in emergencies if needed. We do property checks on the islands with a boat. We do marine property checks, like checking moorings, checking docks, and things like that. We also have a couple of programs that we instituted. Our Locker Up program is done between the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, where we put a placard on people's windshield warning them about locking their car up during that season. There seems to be a high rate of theft of automobiles during that period with gifts and stuff in the cars. And then we do We have a Cool Kid coupon, which is a coupon given to youth in the community who are caught in the act of doing a good thing. They redeem that at Dot's Ice Cream, and she in turn brings the coupon to us, and Vips pays for the ice cream. A reward like a kid riding his bicycle properly, wearing his helmet properly, helping somebody across the street, or whatever you like.
A good deed.
A good deed.
A good Samaritan.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, nice. So how did you become involved with this as a volunteer?
Well,
What motivated you?
I had when Pete Lazanik was our chief a few years back, we had a program where they were going to consider getting a motorcycle for the police department. And being a cyclist myself, I had some real problems with it. The high cost of training officers to do that, the uniforms that they have to wear, the fact you can only do it in good weather, only going to do it for 6 months out of the year, et cetera, et cetera. I thought it was a fairly high cost. Well, anyway, I went in to talk to Pete about it, and during the course of the conversation, he asked me if I wanted to be a volunteer, so here I am.
Okay.
And I've basically been here since the late 90s.
Right. Okay. So currently you have how many volunteers?
We have about 7 active volunteers.
7 active, and are you looking for more?
Yes, we are.
You are. And so what would people do?
The requirements to be a volunteer on VIPS is more than just kind of a casual volunteer like going to an office or something like that. You've got to be in fairly decent condition where you can stand a post, walk around these vacant houses, especially in snowy, icy weather and the rest. You've got to be in good shape, and we do a background check, obviously, and there's a variety of other requirements that we have for volunteers.
Okay. And if people who are viewing this are taking, say they're leaving for a while and they would like the services that you provide, you know, their home to be monitored, for example, how would they get a hold of you to do that?
What they would do is they'd go to the police department, speak to the receptionist. We have a form they can fill out of when they're leaving, when they're coming back. And we take that form and put it with the others that we are currently watching. When they come back, hopefully they'll notify us when they come back, so they will continue the service. And we have had a couple of occurrences when we're doing that job. For example, we had a gas leak on Bedford Street, which could have ended up in serious damage to the home. With other situations with open doors and open windows and maybe signs of entry from the wrong person. And those basically, we report those to the police department. They act on scene. And the one on Bedford Street, not only did they act, but the fire department came and did a investigation of the house for gas leak and found a gas leak inside, turned the gas off, and avoided a problem at that particular home.
My name is Bonnie McDonald.
Hi, Bonnie. Why did you become a volunteer for the Bath Police Department?
Well, I originally got on the volunteers with Roberta Banks because she was on here. She was my friend, said that we needed some help here, and that's what I do, is kind of volunteer, and I really enjoyed working with the police.
Right. So what do you get out of it?
I think I'm making it a safer community for the residents around here. People seem to appreciate what we do, and that's always nice to get a little kudos. We do community house watch for a lot of the snowbirds, and there's one family that even brings us a box of chocolates when they come back.
Nice, nice. The VIPs,
Yep.
okay, the VIPs.
Yep.
How beneficial are they to the Bath Police Department, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I believe that our VIPs actually are essential to what we do. The involvement that they have with our community and what they do for us, it's very helpful. I mean, it allows officers to do other things while they're handling certain things, and it's good community involvement.
Right.
And it opens up the public to ask more questions, and
Right.
One of the big things they do is our house watch program, and,
Right.
and you know, there's other things that we have to do, and certainly we will check on homes when we need to. But it's the community, if they knew what the VIPs can do and everything that they're involved with, especially that house watch program, they come out religiously and are checking on the homes that people are not staying in for the winter, and not only, you know, for break-in issues, but also they're making sure that, you know, there's no water breaks and things like that. So, you know, that's things that officers would normally do or could do in this community, but we're doing other things because they're doing those things for us.
That's great. So you can pay closer attention to more serious matters.
More serious matters.
With law enforcement.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Nice job. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What do you get out of being a VIP for the Bath Police Department?
Just a member of the community, and I enjoy helping out.
You do?
Yep.
And what motivated you to become a volunteer?
I was a member of the long time ago, the civil defense unit back in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
And I got involved there. My father was a police officer, and it just kind of was in my blood, I guess.
Okay, great. All right, I guess I gotta go.
All right.
Can I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
All right,
Officer Brett McIntyre.
Brett, how do you feel about the VIPS program and the contribution to the city of Bath?
They're a great help to the city. They're a great help to the department when we have special functions such as the 5K road race and the parades and stuff like that. They fill a lot of the traffic posts that we don't necessarily have enough officers to fill.
Of all the responsibilities they seem to carry, house watching, I believe they also have the elder phone-in thing that they do,
yep.
right? What do you feel is the most important service that they're providing? Most beneficial to the city police department?
Probably special functions like this. You know, we just don't have the manpower to cover, you know, all the intersections and you know, throughout town. So they help us fill that gap, and especially, you know, smaller functions like this where we don't necessarily want to, you know, need as many officers, but we still have some posts to fill. I think that's where they come in, where they're most beneficial for us.
So that's just a few of the volunteers efforts that they do each year. I have 7 very active members, and we're looking for a few more. They give about 400 hours of volunteer time a year. So if you're interested, please give us a call or stop by and fill out an application. We look forward to hearing from you.
Join us on June 7th for Bath Safety Day. This fun-filled and educational day takes place between the hours of 10 a.m. and noontime at the Bath Recreation Department parking lot behind St. Mary's Church on Lincoln Street. Bring the entire family. Bath Cycle will be offering free bike tune-ups. Sailors from the USS Zumwalt will be present for a bike rodeo and new bicycle helmets for the kids, all free. Representatives from our local law enforcement, the Bath Fire Department, Access Health, Restorative Justice, and much more will be there. It all happens on June 7th, 10 to noon.